We greet you on a 65-degree sunny evening in Wilmington, North Carolina. We're at Legion Stadium. We made it, everybody. That's right. It's time for Sea Devil soccer today as the ladies take on the USC-Lancaster Lancers. Hi, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. Our second of a doubleheader as Cape Fear's volleyball team winning for the 13th straight match in a row in 4 sets over Spartanburg Methodist. But now it's soccer time here on the Sea Devils YouTube as you see both teams walking out. USC-Lancaster, the Lancers 3-8-1. Cape Fear Sea Devils, nationally ranked number 9 in the NSCAA at 13-1 and 10-1, the champions of the regular season in Region 10. Let's meet the starting lineups. We'll start with the Lancers. Alice Tarku will start this way in order of number. It's number 2, Yana Kodzai. Number 4, Rebecca Hinson. Number 7, Stacy Phillips. Number 8, Kristen Sanchez. Number 9, Kayla Bailey. Number 11, Savannah Cateau. Number 12, Leah Kodzai. Number 16, Kaylee Miller. Number 17, Claire Estrada. Number 18, Valerie Jones. And number 26 for Rencia Tark. Now the starters for your Sea Devils. Ryan Deppa, 24-8 in his second season. In front of the net for the Sea Devils today, it's number 1, Elizabeth Etheridge, a freshman 5'8" from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Also starting today for Cape Fear in order of numbers, number 3, Amanda Doherty, sophomore 5'5" from Currituck. Number 4, Emily Valenti, a sophomore 5'9" from Clinton, North Carolina. Number 5, Briley Eason, a freshman 5'3" from Wilmington. Number 6, Gabby Serpa, sophomore 5'3" from Fayetteville. Number 12, Celine Jacoby Barham, a freshman 5'7" from Asheville. Number 13, Jenna Pecorini, a sophomore 5'3" from Fox Lake, Illinois. Number 16, Sierra Rayner, a freshman 5'6" from Holly Springs, North Carolina. Number 18, Alyssa Kustanis, a sophomore 5'7" from Salamanca, New York. Number 20, Sydney Parker, freshman 5'1" from Wilmington. And number 24, Ramey Cooper, a sophomore 5'4" from Wilmington. Time for the national anthem. We'll break away and come back with the opening kickoff here in just welcome back to Legion Stadium, the site for the regular season finale for the Cape Fear Sea Devils women, as the ladies number 9 ranked in the NSCAA and receiving votes in the NJCAA poll. Also taking on the USC Lancers, who are 3-8-1, Cape Fear 13-1 on the season. A good evening, wherever you might be. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you here for our second of a doubleheader. Lone loss this season for Cape Fear, 2-0 to Patrick Henry. They won 4-1 against Spartanburg on Tuesday. A disappointing season for the Lancers at 3-8-1, but they did win their first Region 10 game. That came on Tuesday, defeating Salkehatchie 3-0. So, all-time against USC-Lancaster, Cape Fear 19-1, including a 3-0 victory earlier this season. That took place on September 20th. Lancers were outshot by the Sea Devils 22-3 in that game. Cape Fear, all of their goals in the second half. Kustanis scored 2 in the 47th and 80th. Pecorini in the 73rd. So these two teams familiar with one another. Cape Fear trying to wrap the regular season at a perfect 8-0 here at home at Legion Stadium. Again, it's 65 degrees, not much wind, and a beautiful fall evening. Finally, fall has arrived here in the Carolinas. Cape Fear will head to the Region 10 tournament in Raleigh. That'll be next Saturday after they take care of business here tonight. So that's what's to look forward to for them. For the Lancers, they will likely go to the Region 10 play-in game, and they may be facing the opponent from last week, USC-Salcahatchee. Folks, we're streaming in HD. Sometimes when you click on YouTube, it'll start up right in HD, but sometimes not. If you're not watching in HD and you're able to, just click the little sprocket there and make sure that you can see everything as nice and clear as we can bring it to you here tonight. So don't forget, we have the YouTube chat as well. We talked to a lot of folks during the volleyball game. Love to hear from the soccer fans as well. Well, USC-Lancaster is still huddled, taking their good old time as we are being delayed here. USC-Lancaster from South Carolina. So we will step aside, bringing the opening kickoff here in a few seconds. So, my apologies, that was Cape Fear taking a little time with Ryan Duppa in the huddle. So Cape Fear in the white, USC-Lancaster in the blue. It will be the Cape Fear Sea Devils who will possess first. This is certainly a winnable one for the Sea Devils. Cape Fear fans, USC-Lancaster has been held without a shot attempt. Not a shot on goal, a shot attempt in 4 games this season. Cape Fear, we'll talk all about their scoring prowess. Basically, anybody on the roster could score at any point, except for maybe the keeper. Just about every player, except for 6 or 7 players that are not in front of the net normally, have a goal on the season. Several players with multiple goals. Kustenis, who scored twice in the original early season meeting between the Lancers and the Sea Devils. She had 2 goals, and she has 13 on the season to go along with 7 assists, 33 points. Rayner standing at center circle as I believe we're just about set to go here. Glad you could be with me. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Again, feel free to use the YouTube chat. We'd love to chat with you during today's broadcast. So Cape Fear going fast as we expected. It's Cooper. That one a little bit long from her, off the foot of Rayner and out of play. This, as far as I know, the first streaming soccer match for Cape Fear. So glad you could be a part of it. Glad to be involved as well. Another whistle here. I guess the official is not ready. So we will get another throw in here. So the Lancers will throw it in. Tark will throw. She's a sophomore, and we presume the daughter of head coach Alex Tark. The defense for the Lancers today are going to have to play very conservatively, and that's not the way to start. A turnover now. Pecorini fires it low, and their first chance to mention Brandy Stacey Phillips getting the start, and despite the struggles, she has played well. Well, we'll tell you about her numbers now as Cape Fear. Kustenis leaves it over on the far side now. Ball into the box, and that's going to be off the foot of a Lancer behind for a corner kick here in minute number 2. So her 6th start, Stacey Phillips in front of the net for the Lancers. 0.30 goals against average. 1 goal allowed only, 39 saves. She stopped 98% of the shots. She also has a clean sheet to her credit. Sea Devils will take the corner now on the far side of your screen. Into the box. That's hit, but just a little bit too high. I believe it was Kustenis who got the foot there, and it goes behind for a goal kick. So that's the keeper for the Lancers. The keeper for Cape Fear, Elizabeth Etheridge, making her 14th start. 0.53 goals against average, She stopped 91% of the shots that she has faced. Cape Fear again pushing forward. Kodzai trying to get rid of it. Tark on the near side now. This is Sanchez for the Lancers. Lancers in the blue, Cape Fear in white. Cape Fear, Rayner now, trying to leave it. And it's won back again by Hinson. Cape Fear coming up with it, though. This is Pecorini playing it back now. Valenti from some distance, a little bit wide left, and that'll be out of play for another goal kick. So USC-Lancaster, they have struggled this year. It's been the opposite for Cape Fear. Ever since Ryan Deppa has come in, Cape Fear has really played well. He was a coach at Pitt Bradford in 2014 and 2015 before heading south here to take the helm of Cape Fear. So we're in the 4th minute. Lancers trying to maintain some possession, get something forward. Estrada. Now this is Kodzai. We've got a couple of different Kodzais. That's Leah Kodzai. Her pass deflected off of a Sea Devil, so it'll be a throw now for the Lancers. Tark will throw on the near side of your screen. Goes over everybody's head. Cape Fear, we talked all about their offense. Their defense has played outstanding, allowing just 8 goals in 14 games. And it looks like the Lancers are going to get a corner kick here. So both teams with an early corner. No, correction, it's going to be a throw-in. Kodzai again, Leah Kodzai. This is Estrada, and that is cleared out by the defense. So Doherty and Eason and Barham and Parker and all the other defenders for Cape Fear have done their job as well. It's not just an attack. Cape Fear, though, boy, do they like to put the shots up. 26 per game. And they get a turnover and opportunity for a counterattack here. It's Serpa playing it forward. The defender over on the far side will likely get there. Actually, it's going to go off of the defender, so misplay there. Sea Devils with the throw over on that far side. Pecorini plays it into the box. Couple of hops. It comes to the keeper, and that is Phillips. So 5th minute. Couple opportunities so far for the Sea Devils. Still 0-0 though. Sea Devils getting it right back on that kick. That pass coming to the feet of Tark. Playing it forward now. This is Sanchez. Sanchez, good run. And again, there's that defense. Doherty getting it out of harm's way. Estrada will watch it go off of the Sea Devils, so it'll be a throw now for the Lancers. Kodzai, and again, it's off of Cape Fear. Cape Fear, I mentioned their lone loss to Patrick Henry. That was 2-0. I think a bit of a wake-up loss, if nothing else, for Cape Fear. That's no certainly disrespect to Patrick Henry at all. It's just one of those games that Cape Fear, well, they can win them all. They got a good long run over on the far side now. It's Kustanis, and she'll fire it and put it into the back of the net. 7th minute goal. As Cape Fear strikes first. Melissa Kustanis now with her 14th goal of the season. She's now got 35 points in 15 games. And she makes it 1-0 here in the 7th minute. So Kustanis is a sophomore. I'm not sure if she's looking to play somewhere else. But if she is, one of these four-year schools needs to pick her up because she is something to watch. She had 2 goals, remember, last meeting against Lancaster. Her 3rd now against the Lancers on the season. So 1-0, Cape Fear. here in minute number 7. That ball's going to be too far forward. Estrada will give it a run, but it's going out of play. It'll be a throw for Sydney Parker, the freshman from here in Wilmington. The throw. And that's going to go off of Kaylee Miller, the freshman for the Lancers, out of play. It'll be a throw for Cape Fear here. Sarah Rayner. Rayner is second on the team with 12 goals. She also has 10 assists, 34 points. Up until that Kustenis goal, she actually led the team in points with 34. Kustenis now with 35. A throw now, Valenti. That's a high ball by Cooper over on the far side. And it's played back by Kustenis. Kustenis will get it back now. Good 1-2 there from Serpa. Kustenis trying to play it forward. Coming out of her box to make a play on it is Phillips. Cape Fear won 3-0 against Lancaster in the previous meeting. You get the feeling they're headed for more than that here today, though. The attack looking crisp in the early going. Kodzai is going to lose it now. Rayner comes up with it. Rayner got tripped up. Rayner stays with it, though. She'll fire it right at Phillips. So Rayner got tripped up. Remy Cooper was there to make a play, though, the midfielder. And here in the 9th minute, it remains 1-0. What can the Lancers do here? Leah Kodzai, far side of center circle. Now this is Estrada. And again, Cape Fear just relentless pressure right now. Tark. And it's taken away Pecorini. Pecorini battling with Tark now. Pecorini will settle things now. Wait for some help. It comes from Cooper, but it's off of Cooper's foot and out of play. So entering minute number 10 here in a few seconds. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Cape Fear and USC-Lancaster for the second time this season. Again, this is it for the season. Cape Fear already clinching the top spot in Region 10, so they will go to the tournament up in Raleigh. That'll start on Saturday. So a week off for the Sea Devils. And a foul called that time on Pecorini. Pecorini also had a goal against Lancaster in their previous meeting. Last year, 8 goals and 10 assists for Pecorini. This year, 6 goals, 3 assists. Free kick by Jones. Defense, a little trouble clearing. They're letting them play. Eventually it's cleared out, then sent back forward by Jones. Trying to get there, Doherty. And she'll hold off the attacker, and it'll go behind for a goal kick. But a player shaken up, or was it touched by Cape Fear? Everybody's lining up for a corner kick, but we do have a shaken up player here in the 10th minute. So that's a Lancers player who's down. We'll step aside here in minute 10, 1-0 in favor of Cape Fear. We'll be back. Well, the injured player was Leah Kodzai. She heads off the pitch with some help for the Lancers here in minute number 10, 1-0 in favor of Cape Fear. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. We got one Lancers fan watching. Hi to Brandon, who's watching Kristen Sanchez play. Folks, don't be shy. You can chat us up on the YouTube chat. We got that going. So a corner kick now, taken by Jones. And nothing doing that time. Now, the always dangerous Sea Devils counterattack here. Trying to get it forward. Lania Caps has come on. She has to move back to the onside position, and this is way offside for Sierra Rayner there. Cape Fear and USC-Lancaster from Lancaster, South Carolina. Cape Fear. What an opportunity it's been for them to play here at Legion Stadium. Was the home of the Wilmington Hammerheads. They bolted. That's just... I know the feelings, and the folks in Wilmington have been nice and polite about it, but it's a real shame. Cape Fear now, trying to get the attack going. Pass a little bit short for Rayner, so it'll be cleared out, but I'll tell you, when you've got a team with the kind of support that the Hammerheads have, this is the problem why soccer is having such trouble taking off in this country. You know, USL wants to move into a position where they can compete on what is essentially the AAA level of the soccer pyramid here in the United States. And to do that, you can only have a certain amount of teams in smaller markets. You have to have a certain amount of teams that are in markets over 750,000. But the pinheads in U.S. soccer need to realize that if a team is drawing thousands of people, who the hell cares if there's 700,000 or 400,000 people living in that community? So it's disgraceful, it's stupid, but it's what happened. And Wilmington now without professional soccer, and hopefully not for long. Hopefully there's somebody. If I had enough money, I'd put a team here tomorrow. But no bank's going to loan me anything, so I can't help you. I had read that the Hammerheads logo and all that would remain here in hopes that they would have maybe a smaller tier team come back, but it doesn't look like, at least for right now, that's the case. Massagill has come on as I yak away. Gets it over on the far side. Eason plays it in. This is trouble for Caps. Caps, little tap. It's going into the back of the net. Elenia Caps, her 7th goal of the season. And here in minute 13, it's all Sea Devils, 2-0. Caps, just a freshman. 7 goals, 7 assists, 21 points now for her this season. And there's a lot of players on this roster that have those kind of stat lines. Hi to Christian. They're watching in Argentina. How about that? We always get the international folks that come out to watch every soccer broadcast I do. So hi to those folks. I assume friends, family, acquaintances, something of Alex. I hope I'm saying that name right, too. Tark. We tried to figure that out pregame. I tried to call Coach. He didn't call me back to go over these names, and we just didn't have a lot of time. So the offside flag is down, but that's too far forward. Off the foot of Pecorini, as Caps was looking to capitalize for the 2nd time in as many minutes. Sea Devils 2-0. Let's play back. Good to see Leah Kodzai come back in. She was shaken up. We had that brief stoppage, but she is fit as a whistle and ready to get back out there. That ball played forward. Oh, it's a 3-on-2 now. Caps. That, I believe, is Kustenis over on the far side, towing the line. Comes back, fires it. Looking for Caps, and it's cleared away. Leah Kodzai. So the Lancers, can they get it out of this side of the field now? Valerie Jones over on the far side, trying to make a play. Riley Eason is there. And it's deflected off of her, so it'll be a throwdown for the Lancers. 15th minute. 2-0 in favor of Cape Fear. Krishima, glad to be with you here at Legion Stadium. The stadium, as you can see by the markings, also used for high school football, and as well as Wilmington, or Cape Fear soccer. So Cape Fear again, the defense holding. Another opportunity. Look at the speed from Rayner. Rayner now holds, fires it, and that'll be on a couple of hits taken by Phillips. No trouble there. That's headed Kustanis. Back to Kustanis. Cape Fear continuing to push the action here. 16th minute. Rayner. Back to the defense. That's Jacoby Barham there. And that's going to be off the foot of Eason out of play. So a throw down for the Lancers. Lancers, as I mentioned, this is also the end of the regular season for them. Their opponents average a 0.68 goals against average. So they have not scored much this year. Just 14 goals on the season. And right now it's all pressure from Cape Fear. Caps continuing to disrupt. Yana Kodzai. So it is Tark. Thank you, Christian. The folks in Argentina watching. I wonder what time it is right now in Argentina. I guess it's probably not too late. I don't think it's much difference than us. Goal kick to come now for the Lancers here in the 27th minute. Pecorini. Again, Kustanis. Kustanis fires it. Oh, that's just a little bit wide of that post on the left side. So a goal kick to come now. USC-Lancaster. Their most recent results, losing 1-0 at Patrick Henry on October 16th. That was a team that Cape Fear lost to 2-0, so they played that team tough. Sea Devils now, it's Cooper. Nifty move by her. Cooper trying to get it forward. Good defense by Kodzai there. Yana Kodzai. Trying to push the action forward for her attack. Cooper, though, coming up with it now. And this is Rayner again. And Rayner got bumped by Tark. Florencia Tark. Daughter of Alex Tark, the head coach of USC-Lancaster. I've seen this team play a couple of times before. One of their victories this year against Warren Wilson. That's a college up in Asheville, North Carolina. The folks listening, any Barham fans out there might know where Warren Wilson is. But that's a college that I worked for a couple of years, and the Lancers would often play them, both the men and women. Off the foot of Eason, it goes out of play, so it'll be a throw. Again for the Lancers, this time on the far side. You see the time left here in the first half, so it's 7:30 in Argentina. I thought it wasn't too much later, just an hour ahead. Talk about soccer. I mean, Argentina, and now basketball. It'll be interesting to see that Argentinian national basketball. All right, I'm getting sidetracked as I often do. Cape Fear again, trying to get it forward. Played back now to Massengill, the midfielder. Her pass comes to Cooper. Cooper It's back to Parker. Parker, good ball forward now. Giving it a run is Rayner, but it's cleared out by Kodzai, so a throw now for Cape Fear here. So Pecorini will throw it in. Inside the 20th minute. 2-0 Cape Fear. Kodzai. Estrada trying to make something happen. Turns it over. Pecorini. That's cleared out again. Yana Kodzai. We've called her name quite a bit. This is her, we presume, sister, Leah Kodzai. 8 goals on the season for Leah, so she's got 8 of the 14 goals that Lancaster has scored all season. So if you can key in on her, and that's what the defense so far in the early going for Cape Fear has done. Again, they were trying to get it to a Kodzai there. Barham over on the far side now. I believe it's Eason. A little trouble with the numbers on the far side, folks. I really need to invest in some binoculars. Barham again. Nifty moves there. Onside. Oh, no. They just raised the flag up. So they say Caps was offside. Free kick to come now for Lancaster. Christian giving us some good information down there in Argentina. Evidently, Alex Tark was a professional soccer player in that country. Pecorini now. This is Rayner. Sierra Rayner looking over on that far side. Stennis gets it back to Rayner. Rayner plays it to the top. That's fired. Low. Shot by Pecorini. Saved by Phillips. Stacey Phillips, speaking of international players from Sydney, Australia. I can't tell you how many women's soccer games that I've done over the past 15 years or so, and I'll tell you, a lot of Australians that come here and play in college, especially in soccer. Basketball, too, of course. Australia, a great basketball country, especially on the women's side. A foul there, a little too much. And another free kick. And if you're the Lancers and you're behind 2-0, this is where you got to make your money. It's got to be off set pieces. This defense for Cape Fear too good to really get what is essentially a one-person attack going. So an opportunity like this is very important. Of course, you'd like it a little bit closer, but at least getting it to the ball to Kodzai, as they did there, gives her a chance to do something. And I believe that's going to lead to another corner kick. It'll be the second for Lancaster here. Trying to see, I believe Valerie Jones, the sophomore, will jog out there. I've been trying to figure out how to list all of the players that have scored multi-goals. There's just not enough time for Cape Fear, as that corner kick was short, cleared out by the defense. Now here's always dangerous Leah Kodzai. Couldn't make much happen there. And again, that's what we were talking about. You see that defense. They understand it doesn't take but 5 minutes to look at the stats on the website to know that that's the player you got to converge on. The defense did it there, and now they win a throw for themselves, and that's why Cape Fear is 13-1 right now. And a strong chance for that national tournament. That loss against Patrick Henry, sometimes those kind of results wake you up a little bit. And when you're headed towards the postseason, you need to be your full alertist, and certainly the Sea Devils playing like that here tonight. Trying to get out on the counterattack, it's Kristen Sanchez. And that's going to be cleared out by a couple of the midfielders there for Cape Fear over on the far side. Cape Fear 7-0 here at Legion Stadium. Trying to win number 14 of the season and number 25 in 2 years under Ryan Deppa. Nationally ranked this year, they were 12th in the NJC AA poll before that loss to Patrick Henry. They're receiving votes. They should be back in the poll there. And they're number 9 currently in the NSCAA, and a lot of soccer people will take that poll more seriously than the NCAA or NAIA or whatever other collegiate poll is out there, because that's the big soccer authority. Pecorini with a run, getting there again. We've called her name a couple of times. Valerie Jones making a play. 25th minute. At halftime, we'll take a break. Folks in Argentina can start your Saturday night a little bit early. Folks here, get dinner ready or whatever you want to do. So we'll go away for about 15 minutes, then we'll come back. You'll hear the sound of my voice. When the ears start to bleed, that means I'm talking again, and it's time to come back to the YouTubes. Ball forward, and nobody's home for Cape Fear, so the keeper Phillips will come up and make a play over on that far side. Kurishima, glad to be with you for our inaugural day of broadcast. We had a 4-set victory for Cape Fear volleyball earlier against a strong Spartanburg Methodist program, and right now Cape Fear women's soccer looking to make it a sweep. Massengill running out of room, facing some good pressure there from Sanchez, and that ball forward and out of play. That was off the foot of Ashley Carter. The long ponytail has prohibited me from mentioning her because I couldn't see her number, but it moved just enough. So Ashley Carter, one of the freshmen from Whiteville, North Carolina, in now. Pecorini trying to get it forward. Jones is there again. Taken back. Caps over on the far side. Gustenis, good run. Oh, Caps was there, but the defense able to hit it back to the keeper Phillips, who makes a play on it. Carter again. That's going to go out of place over on that far side. I believe it's Sanchez. Caps again taking it back. Gustenis plays it to the center. Pecorini running out of room. Strong defense by Lancaster as they're just trying to hang on. 7th minute goal by Gustenis, her 14th of the season, and a 13th-minute goal by Lania Caps, her 7th of the season. More subs. Allison McLam, the sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina, coming in. North Carolina, it's no surprise that even down at the JUCO level and even lower at the lower D1s like UNC Wilmington, I mean, soccer is just, they talk about it as a basketball state, and it is a basketball state, but women's soccer in this state, from Duke to North Carolina, again, down the ranks, down to UNC Wilmington here in town, as well as Cape Fear, it's a hotbed. McLam, Pecorini, that's McLam again, and on a couple of hops coming up to make the play is Phillips. Of course, UNC Wilmington beat South Carolina. USC, the main hub for all you Lancers fans there in Columbia, also a soccer powerhouse, but they got upset last year. Here's McLam. McLam waiting. Good patient attack. Defense able to clear. Still opportunities. It's fired in by Valenti. 29th minute. It's all Sea Devils here at Legion Stadium, playing up to their potential so far. Serpa over on the far side. That is Gustenis. Gustenis crosses it in. McLam. Again, patient. Good passing. Serpa. That'll be cleared out now. Trying to get it into the box. Cape Fear. I can't imagine playing an attack like this. As Valenti tries to get it in there. Yana Kodzai's not afraid, though. She's played well defensively so far for Lancaster, despite the 2-0 result. Cooper, another turnover, but so far Lancaster just unable to get anything going there, and an inadvertent handball will give a free kick to Cape Fear at center circle. Pecorini. That, I believe, is Carter again. Back to Pecorini. Pecorini with a good run, trying to keep the ball, but Valerie Jones able to get it away. Can we get a counterattack now from Lancaster? The Lancers trying to get something going here. Kodzai plays it forward. Estrada, can she gain control? No. Cape Fear, they won the regular season last year, then finished runner-up in the Region 10 tourney. That was DEPA's first season. They are 19th, tied for 19th, coming into the weekend in goals in the country at D1 with 60. I did the stats thinking that 60 goals would be up there in the top 10, right? There's some colleges, some junior colleges with hundreds of goals. 118, I think, is the national leader. I can't remember who it was. Did they wait that long to call offside? It looks like it's going to be a free kick for the Lancers, so yes, they did. So, Cape Fear in the top 20, though, in scoring. It'd be interesting to see what that national tournament looks like. They're 12th with 49 assists, and they're 3rd in the country with those 26 shots per game. And Etheridge comes up to make a play on it. Serpa. Long run now. Kustenis trying to get there. Getting there first, Valerie Jones, and she'll get it out of harm's way. Kustenis looking to throw quickly here. McLam in the box. McLam being held off by Kodzai, and that'll go behind for a goal kick. Minute 32 now. Kershima, glad to be with you here at Legion Stadium in Wilmington, North Carolina. Cape Fear and USC-Lancaster. As the Sea Devils get it back. It's going to be cleared away. Yana Kodzai calls Charlotte home. The Carolinas as a whole is the point I was trying to make, including USC. Very strong soccer programs. Here's Rayner now. Rayner looking the cross. The defense applying some pressure. Able to get the cross away. Again, Kodzai is there to clear it. Firing it into the box. I believe, apologies if I'm wrong, but I think that was Eason with the shot. Brittany Eason, the defender with 2 assists, and we're going to get another goal kick here after we get one more sub. It looks like McLam will come out. And I believe it's Alania Caps coming back in. Caps, who scored in the 13th minute to make it 2-0, returns with fresher legs. It has been a spotless day weather-wise. Just beautiful. They've had a triathlon here that made getting these broadcast stuff a little bit of a hassle, but it's been a fun day in downtown Wilmington. Here's Rayner now. Rayner fires it. Oh! Over the outstretched arms of Phillips and into the back of the net. Sierra Rayner. 34th minute goal for her. And it's 3-0 now in favor of Cape Fear. Wow, how about that shot? Sierra Rayner. The defense was forcing her to go left, so that's where she went with it. And Phillips used all of her stretch to try to make a play on it, but could not. So Stacy Phillips, her goals against average came in at 0.30. It's taken a little bit of a hit here today. Cape Fear 3-0. Estrana. That's off the foot of Rebecca Hinson. Oh, Lancaster, that pass went to nobody. Coming up with it, Kustenis. Now Caps battling. And getting there as well was Phillips. So Phillips, probably a wise decision there to come out and help. Just inside the 35th minute. Again, we'll step aside at halftime, so I got to rest what's left of my voice after doing a whole bunch of talking today. So we'll go away for 15 minutes. You guys feel free to do the same. Come on back when you hear me start to yap again. That was, they say, off of Cape Fear. Cooper disagreed, but it will be a throw for Lancaster here. USC-Lancaster. Most of the JUCOs in South Carolina, most, not all, products of the South Carolina, the USC system. So a lot of these players and a lot of these student athletes wishing 4-year degrees who will probably not be playing beyond these 2 years at Lancaster. That's an easier place for them to transfer to if they choose to do so. Rayner fires it in, and that's going to go well wide right behind for a goal kick. I was talking about it with the volleyball coach here. Didn't have a chance to talk to Ryan Deppa. We were both busy towards the end of the week, but looks like we're going to get a sub here. Sierra, Rayner coming out. We'll tell you about the player coming in for her in just a second. But the NJCAA does their Division 1, 2, and 3 rankings a little bit wonky, meaning that, just for an example, there's a Division 1 in women's soccer. There's no Division 2, but there is a Division 3. And to the best of my understanding, a lot of it has to do with travel. Obviously, JUCOs with a little bit smaller budgets, they don't have the big 4-year travel budgets that some of the athletic programs do up the ranks, but Pecorini now plays it forward on the near side. And boy, another close offside flag that went up here in the minute 38. I believe it's Emily Bessie who's come on. I'm trying to get her to turn around so I can see her number, but I believe that's who's out there, the sophomore from Fayetteville last year. 2 goals one goal this year, and that is who it is. So she's on the near side of your screen wearing number 10. Valenti taken back by Estrada now for USC-Lancaster. And we're going to get a foul called on Cape Fear. So a free kick to come now for the Lancers. Regular season finale for both of these teams. Lancaster will likely be in that play-in game. And these two teams have a very good chance of meeting again next Saturday up in Raleigh. That ball into the box. And Elizabeth Etheridge, who might as well have a magazine, some tea, and a chair back there, able to make a play on it. She's not been challenged. She's from my neck of the woods, from Carolina Forest High School. Strong athletic programs down there in Myrtle Beach. That's where I live. I do their football games on Friday nights, and boy, every team for Carolina Forest seems to be doing very well. A long run now. Cape Fear will get a throw as we approach, or actually we're inside the 39th minute now. You see the time left on your screen. here in the opening half. 3-0 in favor of Cape Fear. If you're just joining us, Ashley Carter started things off in the 7th minute. Or excuse me, that was Kustenis starting things off in the 7th minute. Then Alania Cap scoring her 7th of the year in the 13th minute. And then just a little bit ago, Sierra Rayner in the 34th with her 13th of the year. So the points lead for the Sea Devils is up for grabs here tonight. Kustenis, who scored the first goal, went into the lead with 35 total points, and now it's Rayner with 36 points. So she's jumped back into the points lead on the team with her 13th goal to go along with 10 assists. Inside 6 minutes to play now. 40th minute. That ball forward. Again, Etheridge will make another play on it for Cape Fear. Cape Fear came in with 364 shots in 14 games, 26 per game. They allow 3.3. That is just incredible. 3.3 shots per game is what they allow. Again, it's easy for broadcasters sometimes, especially doing this game, to talk about all the goals and all that, and we have been, but this defense has been something else. Facing some pressure now, though, Leah Kodzai, and again, no trouble. What do we got here? It looks like they might have called a foul on the Sea Devils, who are looking around and wondering. So, this is what we were talking about earlier. If you want to get some momentum heading into the half now, maybe a little chippy here from Kodzai. It's an awkward corner to do it, but she's got the foot to put it into the back of the net here. So, another opportunity via a set piece, and the best chance to score for the Lancers here tonight so far. Low ball in, and again, that defense. There were 4 Sea Devils to 1 Lancers player around that ball immediately. Unreal. Miller for the Lancers. Unable to get it forward now, and USC-Lancaster getting back on defense, so no counterattack there for the Sea Devils as the Lancers win it back. Lancers 3-8-1. 1-7-1 in Region 10 play this season, coming off that 3-0 victory over USC-Salkehatchie, which has really struggled. That's going to go off of Sydney Parker, the defender, so it'll be a throw now for Estrada, the freshman. Actually, she's going to give way here. See, inside 3.5 to go here in this opening half, 42nd minute. Kodzai plays it in. Good ball. Estrada. And that ball deflected. It looks like it'll be another corner kick to come for USC-Lancaster. So they are winning that battle 3-1 now. The corner's in favor of USC-Lancaster. And again, it's Valerie Jones who will jog out there to take the corner. It'll be taken on the near side of your screen. Jones, good kick. It's headed out, though. Still opportunity on that far side. Hinson for the Lancasters and the Lancers, and then she turns it over. So, possession being traded about a little bit here. Tark. And that's off the foot of the sub. That's Emily Bessie. So a lot of local talent for Ryan Duppa. As I mentioned, there's talent all over the Tar Heel state, but he's also got players from New York, and mentioned South Carolina is where Etheridge is from, and even up in Asheville. A lot of good soccer up there, especially at the high school level. That's where Celine Jacoby Barham hails from. Also Pecorini, who's from Illinois. So approaching 90 seconds left to play in the first half. That has been controlled from the opening by Cape Fear, as we expected. Again, they're playing up to their potential today in this regular season finale, and not kind of looking ahead, so to speak. I think they got their wake-up call with the defeat against Patrick Henry, and they have shown up in force here today. So approaching minute 45. Lancers with a throw. Henson over on the far side. Again, the ball batted back and forth, as these two teams look very much like two teams who are ready to get into the locker rooms. Coming forward there is Jones. That ball forward, but only defense is around it. Etheridge again. Good situation for Etheridge. Kennedy Green, by the way, is another terrific keeper who we may see at some point. 0.65 goals against average for her in 9 appearances. But Etheridge slightly better, stats-wise, for Cape Fear. So with 12 seconds left to go, Etheridge will boom it forward. Lancaster will try it. Why not? And that will wrap it up for the first half. So quick scoring recap for you. It was Kustenis with her 14th of the year in the 7th minute to make it 1-0. Then 6 minutes later, it was Alania Caps with her 7th of the season to make it 2-0. And it became 3-0 in the 34th minute when Sierra Rayner took the points lead back from Kustenis with her 13th goal of the season and her 36th point overall to make it 3-0 Cape Fear at half. Again, we'll step aside for the half. We'll come back in about 15 minutes, bring a second half action as you look at the fans here at the Cape Fear regular season finale. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here in Wilmington. 3-0 as we head into the final 45 minutes of the regular season for both USC-Lancaster and Cape Fear. 3 goals in the first half, all by Cape Fear. Kustenis, Caps, and Rayner all doing the scoring. Kustenis in the 7th, Caps in the 12th, and Rayner in the 34th. Well, we're back to live action now. It's the Lancers possessing first here in this final 45 as we're underway. Folks, I noticed that the internet here has been a little glitchy. I'm going to keep an eye on it. If things are not good here in this second half, I'll stop the broadcast for just a second and lower the quality just a little bit. That'll help ease some of the buffering. So if you have any buffering and you're on the YouTube chat, don't be shy. Shout out, let me know if you're having any troubles, and we'll adjust accordingly. So Cape Fear now left to right here in this second half, and they give the ball back to the Lancers here on a foul. Cape Fear on their way to 14-1, unless the Lancers can pull out a miracle comeback. Leah Kodzai will try to get the attack going, leaving the ball on the far side, but it's a little bit long for Cateau, the other attacking player. And it'll be a throw-in now for the Sea Devils on that far side. It's one back again. That was Rayner. Her pass was ricocheted off of a defender, but still they go forward. Good ball, and now a good run. That was Pecorini, but the defense able to clear it on that far side. So a throw just outside the box on the far side of your screen for Cape Fear. 7-0 here at Legion Stadium, looking to go to 8-0 and 14-1 to wrap up the regular season. Again, not looking ahead at all so far to that Region 10 tournament in Raleigh last year. The players who were sophomores who played under Depa in that first season last year know that heartbreak of losing in that Region 10 tournament after winning the regular season. So Cape Fear focused here at the end of the season, ready to go up to Raleigh and take care of business this time. Be interesting to see how that goes. Kodzai, of course, the folks here at Cape Fear who have been, by the way, so wonderful to me and my girlfriend. I brought her along to kind of help me out as we had a short time between volleyball and soccer to drive a little across town. The folks here, outstanding. They should be very proud of the work that they do because everybody's been very helpful and kind and really making me feel welcome. It's not always the case, believe me. Pecorini with the free kick. She was looking to get it back on the 1-2. The ball's played forward. Pecorini will come up with it, winning it over 2 defenders. Pecorini will fire it, and it's going to be wide right out of play. So a big shout out to Ryan and all the staff here at Cape Fear for hooking this up. Glad to be doing it. I had another contract, so it took a little while for me to find Cape Fear. I told this story during volleyball, and I'll tell it here in a second. As Kustenis fires it. Wow. I got to say, Phillips might have been ready for that one had Kustenis had it on target, but it was a little bit high. So I told this story during volleyball that I was up here calling the Carolina Forest football game. They played one of the Wilmington high schools up here and went up early and spent some time on the Riverwalk, which is in downtown Wilmington, and kind of sat there for a minute, said, you know what, I'm going to stop by Cape Fear. I had emailed them a couple of times a couple of years ago to try to start some broadcasting at the college, and it just didn't work out for one reason or another. And I was thinking, yeah, Wilmington might be a nice place to come visit sometime. Little did I know the first time I'd be back was triathlon day, which makes traffic a living nightmare, but Still, all in all, it's been a fantastic day. And again, thanks to everybody here for having me. And hopefully it's the start of many things to come. That ball into the box. No trouble making the play. So it's another nice play by the keeper for Lancaster, and that is Stacy Phillips. Pecorini trying to make a turn on it. Again, the defense, got to say, the Lancers going up against an attack that averages 4.2 goals per game and 26 shots per game. Lancers are holding their own. It's just, there's a lot of talent on this Cape Fear team, and it's showing here today. Gustenis now, thinking about crossing. Oh, the mascot's here. What's the What's... That shot is blocked. Can we get next time ball goes out? Can we get him on? He's desperate for camera time. What is it? The Sea Devil? What do they call this thing? It's Ray. So it's Ray the mascot. I still have a lot to. It's my first day, Ray. I'm sorry. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get you on camera, Ray. But thanks for coming up. That's Ray. Can we call that the first live interview that we've done? Back to live action now here in the 52nd minute. And opportunity for USC-Lancaster here. Sanchez trying to get it forward. Coming over is Lecture. That's Samantha Lecture on for the first time for the Lancers. That ball played forward. A good ball by Pecorini, but getting there first, Yana Kodzai. So the Kodzai sisters on defense and on the attack playing well for Lancaster. And now it's Gustenis trying to win possession, but it's a little bit long off of her and out of play. Did you get him in at all? All right, so we saw Ray. I'm being told Ray was here. Ray was visible. I have a little bit to learn, I think. Pecorini firing it from some distance is Caps and making a play on it. Phillips. Over on the far side, it's Florencia Tark. We found out Alex Tark, former professional player in Argentina, now the head coach at USC, Lancaster. I'll tell you, that's an obvious foul there on Lecture, so a free kick now, opportunity via the set piece. And let's see who's taking it. That will be number 15 on a Massengill now. Cape Fear hasn't had many set-piece opportunities. They're going to take it short now. Pecorini fires it in. One hop. No trouble for Phillips there. Again, there's a lot of sophomores on this team for the Sea Devils, and, you know, we don't have stories on every player, but some of these young ladies like Pecorini. Another big attempt. Big leg by Gustenis. Not that time again. Looked about the same as the last hit. Gustenis also a sophomore. She had 18 goals, 6 assists last year. 13 goals, 7 assists coming into play. She's got one already, so she's got 14 and 7 now. And I don't know what her ambitions are, but if she's looking at a 4-year college and nobody signs her, they are dopes. Because she has played fabulous here at Cape Fear. Riley Eason. Now this is Massengill. It's the goal for some, but not necessarily the goal for all. who come to junior colleges to play at four-year institutions. It's just kind of a hodgepodge, if you will, of different needs, different wants, different life goals. It looks like this is Yana Kodzai who's going to take the free kick as she booms it forward now for Lancaster. 55th minute. Barham will play it back to Etheridge. Etheridge just a freshman. The other keeper, Kennedy Green, also a freshman, so both of those ladies will be back next year for Cape Fear. How about this run? Firing it, and that's going in! What a play! Trying to get the number. That's Rayner again. That's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure. Sierra Rayner for the second time in this game, now in the 56th minute, making it 4-0, and she just wanted that. That was a woman possessed. Blew by two defenders and fired a rocket for the Sea Devils. 4-0. So Rayner now. Again, we've been talking about the points battle. Kustenis briefly had 35 points after scoring the first goal for Cape Fear. But she's going to need at least 3 more points now to try to tie. All of the goals, by the way, have been unassisted today. Look at this now. Kustenis. Yes! We're not done yet, folks. Kustenis answering at the 34-minute mark. So we'll call it the 56th minute. That's Kustenis' second goal. Wow. They are pouring it on now. It's 5-0. So now Kustenis has 37 points and Rayner has 38 points. I wonder if they know that. Kustenis was so alone, she almost didn't know what to do. She hesitated for a minute there. I got to tell you, folks, I'd love to see both of them playing somewhere at some point. Kustenis is a sophomore. Rayner is still a freshman, so I just think that they're going to be very welcomed additions should they be looking at four-year options for some very strong programs. The one good thing about coaches like to recruit the JUCO level, especially winning programs, because the players come in with a mindset. You can recruit winners to come in and make an immediate impact on your team. I know a lot of smaller four-year colleges that elect to or try to go that route because it's just nice to get players in there, players ready. His offside flag is up here, so Ramey Cooper is off. And again, I don't know anything about these young ladies' lives or what their plans are. I'm just saying if they want to, they should be playing somewhere big. Over on the far side, Sea Devils. Cooper will let it roll out of play. Quick throw by Cape Fear. A header by Rayner. The problem, too, when you play in North Carolina is there's so many good programs, it's almost difficult to get playing time. So that's why it makes sense for players like Rayner and Kustenis to come to a 2-year where, yeah, you're not just going to sit on the bench. Here's a long run now. More danger, and that time it's blocked. Almost another opportunity for Cape Fear, already leading it 5-0. So you come to a JUCO and you could play almost immediately. Maybe they've been recruited by other schools, but they knew they were going to sit. Why sit when you can play? Massengill now on the near side. Eason. Cooper. That ball deflected, and it's going to be a Lancaster throw. And again, and I can't emphasize this enough, I am not speaking for anybody in particular. I'm just talking in generality here, having worked at four-year D2, D3, and smaller colleges, and knowing what they're looking for, also D1s. There's a D1 that could use some of these ladies that I know I could call tomorrow, but I would never do that because it's such an awful place. Looks like we're going to get a sub before that free kick, and they're going to make a change in front of the net. So Cape Fear, Etheridge Day is done, and they're going to bring in the backup. That's Kennedy Green. And what has Green done? Well, like I told you in the first half, she's got numbers pretty similar to Etheridge. She's got a goals against average that is 12/10 higher at 0.65. She stopped 88% of the shots she's faced, made 21 saves, also has a clean sheet to her record. So in the 60th minute, she comes in to see some action, although none of the keepers from Cape Fear have seen much action this season because the defense has been so strong. Off the back heel, Kustanis tried to make a play. The ball was briefly lost, I think, by everybody for a moment there. Miranda Oliver, one of the defenders, also coming in for the first time. Kustanis again. That time that ball deflected. Still an opportunity. Rayner! And that's going to be a little bit short of that far side post. The shots in the first half, by the way, Lancaster was only able to manage 1 to 7 for Cape Fear. I got a feeling that that number will be higher. Gabby Serpa, the sophomore, coming back in now. So just to finish up that thought that I was talking about, you come to a JUCO where you can play rather than going to a D1, D2, D3, whatever the situation might be, where you may have to sit a few years, develop even further because you've got a guy like Ryan Deppa and Alex Tark who understand the game and know the game and can help you learn. And then you go back to those colleges and say, hey, you ready for me yet? Kustanis. Pecorini now over on the far side. We'll try to cross here. She does. That's headed. Boy, Kodzai's trying to clear, but the attack continues. Finally, it comes to Phillips, who makes a play on it. Stacey Phillips from Australia originally. I'm always curious and wish we had more time, 62nd minute, 5-0, to talk to the coaches, but this was something that was we put together pretty quickly, so time didn't allow for that. But if you come back next year, the broadcast will be a lot better. But I like to get some of the stories, how a Australian ends up in Lancaster, South Carolina. It's always a good story. How Tark became the coach there, you know, a guy who played professional in Argentina. There's always good stories in soccer. That's going to be off of the foot of, I believe, Lecture for the Lancers. We're going to get more subs as Ryan Deppa starts to empty out his bench a little bit. Bring some more ladies in. And I'll tell you who the sub is as soon as I can see your number. It's a turnover now. Cooper. Kustanis plays it forward. That's going to be a long run. And that ball curved a little bit. Allison McLam, by the way, is the sub. You saw her with that big run. Had that ball not curved, I believe McLam might have been able to get there and make a play on it. So McLam in. This tells you a little bit about the depth. She's got 2 goals on the season in limited time. looks like that's going to go out of play. It'll be last touch by Lancaster. 64th minute. You see the time left here in this second period on your screen. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. 5-0. Cape Fear on their way to 14-1 this season. And looking for more right now. Ball in, but that's going to be short of the post, out of play for a goal kick. Heard from a lot of folks, both here in the States and abroad today. Not only during soccer, but also volleyball as well. Cape Fear volleyball team is pretty tough, too. It'll be interesting to see what happens to them in region play. They still have a week to go in the regular season. Do we have more subs coming on? It'll be a free kick to come here for Cape Fear. Uh-oh. Looks like, folks, we got a little frozen screen here. Let's see what's going on here. See if we can't fix that for you. Well, folks, while we have our frozen screen, going to step aside here, and we'll come back here in just a moment. Okay, folks, thanks for making us aware of the problem there. Not sure what happened, but we froze up on you for a minute, but we're back. Didn't miss too much while we were gone. It's still 5-0 in favor of Cape Fear. They had a couple of shots on goal, but... So that ball played out by the Lancers. It'll be a throw now for Eason. And again, folks on YouTube, give me a shout if there's any problems. I'm checking in every once in a while, so hopefully we won't have a problem. Eason will come out now. We're going to get a sub here. I believe Pecorini coming back in. So it's Valenti. Now this is Kustenis, and it's knocked out by the Lancers. Here is Serpa. And what do we got? Some kind of a foul, I guess, on Cape Fear. So it'll be a throw for the Lancers. Again, I'm just trying to check, make sure everything's all right for you guys. Looks like we're good to go here. So hopefully we can wrap up the last 22 and a half without any major problems. Love to hear it. This is Ramey Cooper. Sydney Parker. Now it's Valenti. Parker giving it back over on the far side. I believe that was McLam who got it over on the near side. Now that ball, trying to get it forward to Cooper. Cooper gets it on the deflection. Pecorini trying to get cute with it, and off the ball from Kustenis. It's going to be a foul called on Cape Fear. So a free kick to come for USC-Lancaster. Again, finale for both of these teams in the regular season. USC-Lancaster likely going to the play-in game. I believe the play-in game is at the site to be determined, the higher seed. And that will be, I believe, on Wednesday. You guys can check the schedules for more information on that. Postseason coming up for Cape Fear for sure. They're going to the Region 10 tournament, winning the region for the second straight season in the regular season, and now trying to win it in the tournament as well. Get that berth in the national tournament. Kustanis had it for a moment. Lancaster comes up with it. Kristen Sanchez. McLam again. Oh, and another foul on Cape Fear here. Well, I'm being told that Alyssa is going 4 years somewhere. I would hope so. Again, I don't like to speak for people who I don't know. Kustanis up to 15 goals on the season, 7 assists. 18 goals, 6 assists last year. She's from New York. There's a lot of soccer programs up there that could use some help. Serpa. Another turnover. Guess who? Kustanis. Kustanis with a good run. Now she'll wait. Smart play. Trying to get it over to Cooper. Good defense by the Lancers who take it away. Kelly Miller. And she's fouled. 71st minute. We've got 19 and a half to go. We've got Elle on the camera. Elle, just put your hand in front of the camera and wave to the folks there. Doing a great job helping out here. There he is. He doesn't want his full name broadcast. I think he owes people some money. So we'll go with Elle. Trying for the counterattack again is McLam. Yana Kodzai over on that far side. Running out of room. So McLam will throw it in. No, they say she won it. So good defense by Kodzai. I'll be honest with you, folks. I have no idea what's going on that line over there. I could barely see it. So whatever the officials say works for me. Sanchez. On the near side, it's Valerie Jones. Jones gets it forward. Doherty off of her foot, so another throw for the Lancers. Bailey. Now Jones. 72nd minute now, a turnover. Kustanis. Cooper trying to gain possession, able to block that. Now Pecorini back to Cooper. And she's able to keep it in somehow. Cooper's got some room. Tried to take that tough angle shot. It was blocked by Phillips, but a corner kick. First we'll have a sub. And then I believe it'll be Pecorini who will take the corner kick here. Barham coming back in now for Cape Fear. And it looks like Pecorini will come out, so she will not take the corner. Tell you about her sub in a minute. That means Valenti, 3 goals and 1 assist, will take the corner. Valenti gets it in. Heading attempt missed. Couple of shot attempts now by Barham, and finally it's cleared out. Headed back in, though, by Cape Fear. Sea Devils 5, Lancaster 0. 2 goals apiece from Sierra Rayner and Kustanis. Alania caps in the 13th minute with another goal for Cape Fear. I got to say, looking at the stats, it's pretty much as I expected it. Sometimes the first time taking a look at a team is always interesting, but this team has, as I said in the first half, played up to its potential here today. 74th minute now. And a free kick for Yana Kodzai. Kodzai sisters are both from Charlotte. That's a good soccer town, too, developing young women up there in Lake Norman, and the Charlotte Eagles and many, many others. 75th minute now, inside 16 minutes to go as you look at some of the hometown crowd. Good crowd on hand for this regular season finale. Now the throw-in. Sanchez. It'll be taken back. Kustenis is all alone. Can she go 1-on-4? Well, that one got away from her a little bit. Good defense there. Not only by Tark, but the other backline members for the Lancers. Evidently, I've been saying the lady's name wrong the whole time. Alex correcting me, it's Kustenis. What did I write down? I wrote down COO-Stein-S. That was way off. So apologies, folks. You go play for the bigger schools, they don't mess up your name as much. That's what she has to look forward to, I guess. Kustenis. With 2 goals. Her teammate, Rayner, with 2 goals. 1 goal from Emily Bessie, and Lancaster is ready to get out of town here and call this one. But we still have 14:23 left to go. More subs coming on for the Sea Devils as they keep everybody fresh. They'll have a week off to prepare for that Region 10 tournament. Find out who they're playing probably on Wednesday. So let's see if Depa goes further into his bench here. I'll try to tell you who the subs are. I know Emily Bessie is one of them, and it looks like it's Ashley Carter also coming back in. That ball off the foot of Barham. And what do we got here? I'm being told, I believe, Noemi Mata also coming in, the freshman from Rocky Point, North Carolina. So 3 new additions for Cape Fear. Massengill plays it into the box, and it's going to be handled by Phillips, the keeper. 6 games in October for USC-Lancaster. And they have scored 10 of their 17 goals in this month. So coming in, it had been a good month for the Lancers, but they're just running into a freight train right now. Again, folks, I know the internet has been a little in and out for us here today. Just let me know if you're having any problems. It's looking like you might be. We'll try to keep it going. We've got 12 and a half left to go. Hopefully the internet can hang on for us through that time. So right now it's a throw for the Lancers. Leah Kodzai, first time that she's really had the possession here in the last couple of minutes, trying to take a shot. She does. It's a little bit to the left, making a play on it. Her first save, Kennedy Green. So the broadcast should be up and running pretty normally again. Again, we're inside 12 minutes to go. If we went away for a little bit there, you didn't miss much of anything other than a Leah Kodzai shot. That was saved by Green. Chris Sheeman with you here in Wilmington. Finale of a doubleheader here today in Wilmington. We saw the volleyball team take care of Spartanburg Methodist in 4 sets, and we are seeing the Sea Devils women's soccer team flex their muscles here at Legion Stadium. That was off the foot of Amanda Doherty, the right back. Looks like we're going to get another sub here for Ryan Deppa. Deppa on his way to his 25th win as coach of the Sea Devils in 2 seasons. That's going to be off the foot. I believe it's Kaylee Miller for the Lancers. That ball headed by Massengill. 80th minute. 10:44 left to play. And now we're going to get that sub we told you about. We'll tell you about her as soon as we can see her. Costenis will come out. So her day likely done. And we'll check on that sub. It's number 11. That's Melissa Cruz. That shot. No trouble for Phillips that time. So Melissa Cruz on for the first time. She's played sparingly this year, and she's got 3 points, a goal, and an assist on the season. Cape Fear will win for the 20th time in 21 tries against USC-Lancaster. They'll go to 20-1 all time. This will be their 6th time in 15 games where they've scored 5 or more goals. Sierra Rayner and Costenis, both ranking in the top 50 in the NJCAA in terms of points. Those numbers may go up. Their rankings may improve after tonight with 2 goals apiece. This is Carter now. Ashley Carter plays it forward over on that far side. McLam. Massengill. Over on the far side, offside flag is already up, so forget about that. 82nd minute now. You see the time remaining. Cape Fear, USC-Lancaster, wrapping up the regular season in Region 10 here at Legion Stadium. It will be Valerie Jones to take this free kick. I believe it will be, and again, don't quote me on this exactly, but USC-Lancaster and USC-Salkehatchie will probably rematch on Wednesday in the Region 10 playoff game. Salkehatchie has really struggled this season. But again, don't hold me to that. And then the winner of that game will take on Cape Fear. So we may see these 2 teams again on Saturday up in Raleigh. Well, I won't see them, but somebody might. Getting it in was Carter on a couple of hops. Phillips makes the play on it. A lecture. Over on the far side, it was headed by Estrada. Estrada trying to make something happen. Ball got away from her, though, taken away by Valenti. Kodzai was there, but coming up with it, McLam. McLam's been kind of eyeing that back of the net. She's played with a lot of intensity today. It's Bessie now. Bessie, a couple of nice moves. Bessie will take a shot. And that was deflected by Kodzai, I believe. So it should be a goal kick. As you see our new friend Ray over there taking one for the team. So, corner kick to come now, as the Sea Devils look for more here in the 84th. It's taken by Massengill. Bounces over to the far side. That'll be played back. And the defense for Lancaster able to hold here. So the Lancers, I don't believe they've had a well, they did have a shot off of Leah Kodzai in this half, but that's the only one that I can think of. Kodzai now with it at center circle. Just trying to force the action, seeing what the defense will give her, and try to make something happen for her teammates. Looking for Tark over on the far side. And again, that defense has cleared it. This is a team that is 13th in the NJCAA at the Division I level with a 0.57 goals against average. If they don't allow one here, that number will go down further. They've had 9 clean sheets combined, have the Sea Devils this season. So you think about that, 14 games and 9 clean sheets. That's pretty remarkable. As more subs come in here in the 85th minute. Looks like Gabby Serpa coming back in. And that goes right out of play off the Sea Devils, so another throw up coming for the Lancers here. Kristen Sanchez playing it back now. Valerie Jones. Hinson. Some pieces, to be sure, for the Lancers, but just don't have the depth, really, to compete with Cape Fear. Tark will throw it in over on the far side. Serpa off of her, out of play. 86th minute, approaching 4.5 left to go. Cape Fear, 2 goals in this period. Both in the 56th minute. One by Rayner, one by Costenis. That ball deflected, and it looks like we might have another corner kick for Lancaster, which will be their 4th. So again, it's another opportunity via a set piece here as Valerie Jones will jog out to take the corner kick for Lancaster. So Jones with the corner kick. Oh, nice header. Diving for it. Making the play was Green. It was headed by Kodzai, Leah Kodzai. Nice save by Kennedy Green to make sure that she keeps the clean sheet intact for her team. Looking for their 10th shutout, clean sheet, whatever you want to call it. Now a good run by Cooper. Had it deflected off of the defender, and that's off the back foot, but Bessie able to recover. Now back to Cooper, and that ball will be deflected out of play by Kodzai. That's Yana Kodzai. A throw by Cooper. Ryan Deppa in his 2nd season here in Wilmington. I mentioned he also coached. He's coached many other places, but he was at Pitt Bradford before he came here and helping that team to national regional excellence, and so far doing the same here in Wilmington. You talk about the players looking to move up. Some of these coaches, Ryan Deppa is one of those guys who might be getting some phone calls depending on how things go. No trouble that time for Phillips, who makes a play on it. We've got about 2 minutes left to go here in the rout. Oh, big-time defense right there. Kodzai acting like a brick wall. It's Bailey now, the freshman, trying to get it forward to Lecture, but that goes out of play. Amanda Doherty now will throw it in. 89th minute. I see the Lancaster bus is already warmed up. It's almost time to go, folks. Cruz over to Cooper. Nice shot, but the save by Phillips. Serpa got there first. Serpa now. Serpa turns on the Jets. Doherty. It's just kind of amazing to me to think about it. It's October and you've got UNC Wilmington, who will be a strong contender for the NCAA tournament. You've got this team, which will play in the Region 10 tournament, possibly the national tournament, which I believe is down in Florida this year. But after that, you're talking about no soccer in Wilmington until the colleges start up again in August. That's just weird to me. I lived in the Outer Banks when I first moved to North Carolina, so I kind of adopted the Wilmington Hammerheads as my soccer team because they were always fun to watch, and it's just irritating that they're gone. Somebody from Cleveland, Ohio, who has lost a football team, American football team before, I could tell you that's a tough one to take. Sanchez almost had it, but again, the defense will hold. They're 14 seconds away from their 10th clean sheet of the season. And as Cape Fear will wrap up a Region 10 regular season championship and go to 14-1 on the year and 11-1 in region play, winning 5-0 over USC-Lancaster. Let's do a quick recap of the scoring again. 4 of the goals by Rayner and Costenis. Costenis got it started in the 7th minute. Then Elenia Caps in the 13th minute made it 2-0. Sierra Rayner in the 34th minute made it 3-0. And we went into the locker rooms at halftime at 3-0. Then in the 56th minute, the Sea Devils took control. Rayner and Costenis both in the 56th minute. First Rayner, then Costenis. They in the regular season now with 38 and 37 points respectively. So congratulations on a great regular season to the Sea Devils, who improved to 14-1 and 11-1 in region play. They'll head up to Raleigh again on Saturday. For USC-Lancaster, they will wrap up at 3-9-1. Their postseason fate awaits. They may play in the play-in game on Wednesday. So once again, your final score, Cape Fear 5, USC-Lancaster 0. Folks, can't thank you enough for watching, chatting with us on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.